Hello, and welcome back to English with Me podcast, where we chat about real life stuff in real English. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Mike. Super glad you're tuning in today, wherever you are in the world.
Okay, Mike, so today's topic is so fun. We're talking about travel. Specifically, do you like going on a solo trip, a package tour, or something totally different?
Oh, this is a topic I have a lot of feelings about.
Me too, me too. And listeners, we also sprinkle in some useful vocabulary throughout this episode, so pay close attention. You're going to learn some really handy English expressions today.
All right, let's jump right in.
So, Mike, let me start with a simple question. When you think about going on vacation, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like, how do you picture your ideal trip?
Hmm. Okay, so honestly, when I think about vacation, I picture somewhere quiet. Maybe a small town, a mountain trail, a cozy cafe I've never been to before. And I'm alone. Just me and my backpack.
Wait, so you're a solo traveler?
Guilty as charged. I love solo travel.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not see that coming from someone as calm and laid back as you, Mike.
Why not? Calm people love solo trips. Maybe because we actually enjoy silence.
Okay, fair. That makes total sense. So you're out there wandering through mountains all by yourself?
Pretty much. I like what travelers call going off the beaten path, which means visiting places that most tourists don't go to. Hidden spots, less crowded areas.
Ooh, let's pause right there for a sec. Off the beaten path. This is a super common expression in English. It literally means away from the usual roads or trails. But when we use it in everyday conversation, it means doing something unconventional or going somewhere that's not a typical tourist destination.
Exactly. Like instead of going to a famous landmark that's on every travel brochure, you go find a little fishing village no one's ever heard of.
That sounds amazing, actually. A bit terrifying, but amazing.
That's the fun part. Okay, Rebecca, your turn. What kind of traveler are you?
Okay, so I used to be a package tour person. Like, totally, give me a group, give me a tour guide, tell me where to go, what to eat, when to wake up. I'm there,
That's so you, honestly.
right? But lately, and I mean in the last couple of years, I've shifted a little. Now I'm more of a mix. I call it semi-independent travel.
Oh, interesting. What does that look like for you?
So I book my flights and hotels myself, but I still join day tours for specific activities. Like, I'll plan the overall trip on my own, but if I'm visiting a national park or a temple complex, I'll hire a local guide for that one day.
Oh, that's actually really smart. You get the flexibility of independent travel, but still have expert guidance when you need it.
Exactly, and speaking of flexibility, listeners, this is a great vocabulary word. Flexibility means the ability to change or adapt easily. In travel, having flexibility means you can change your plans if something comes up, like the weather is bad, or you suddenly find a cool place you want to explore more.
The opposite would be a very rigid itinerary.
Yes, and itinerary, itinerary, is another word you'll hear a lot in travel English. It's your detailed travel plan. Where you're going, when, what you'll do each day.
Package tours usually come with a fixed itinerary. Everything is scheduled.
Which some people love and some people absolutely hate.
I fall into the absolutely hate camp, if I'm being honest.
Surprise, surprise. Okay, let's go a little deeper. Mike, since you're the solo travel expert here, what are the biggest pros of traveling alone?
All right, so number one, and this is the big one for me, total freedom. You wake up in the morning and nobody else's preferences matter. You want to stay in bed until noon? Cool. You want to hike 20 kilometers? Go for it. Nobody is waiting for you. Nobody is complaining,
I mean, the nobody is complaining part sounds amazing.
right? And number two, you meet so many more people when you're alone. It sounds ironic, but solo travelers are actually more social in a way because you have to talk to strangers. You ask locals for directions. You chat with other travelers at hostels. You make unexpected friends.
Ooh, that's such a good point. Let's catch that word, ironic. Something is ironic when it's the opposite of what you'd expect. So it's ironic that solo travelers who travel alone often end up being more social than group travelers, because when you're in a group, you already have people to talk to, so you don't branch out as much.
Exactly. And the third pro, I think solo travel really builds confidence. You figure things out by yourself, you get lost, you find your way, something goes wrong, you solve it. And every time that happens, you feel a little more capable.
Okay, I love that. So what about the cons? Because it can't all be rainbows and hiking trails, right?
No, definitely not. The biggest con for me is that some moments feel lonely. Like you have an amazing sunset in front of you and there's no one to turn to and say, "Are you seeing this?"
Oh,
It's a small thing, but it's real. And practically speaking, solo travel can be more expensive. Hotel rooms cost the same whether it's one person or two, so you don't get to split costs.
that's a very good point. When you travel with a partner or a friend, you split the hotel bill, you share taxis, everything becomes cheaper per person.
And also, safety. Especially for solo female travelers, you really have to be more careful and aware of your surroundings.
Yes, super important point. Aware of your surroundings means paying attention to what's happening around you, who's nearby, whether a situation feels safe or not. It's a phrase used a lot in travel safety advice.
Okay, your turn, Rebecca. Defend the package tour. Give it your best shot.
Okay, I will defend it proudly. So look, package tours get a bad reputation, right? People think they're for people who can't figure things out on their own or that they're boring and touristy. But honestly, there are real advantages.
Like what?
Number one, stress-free travel. Everything is taken care of. Transfers, accommodation, meals, activities, it's all bundled together. You just show up with your suitcase.
I will admit, that sounds nice when you're exhausted from work.
Right? Like, I don't always want to research 15 different hotels and compare prices at midnight after a 60-hour work week. Sometimes I just want someone to handle it.
Fair enough.
And bundled is such a useful word. When things are bundled together, they're packaged as a group, sold or offered as one unit. You see this word in tech too, a software bundle, or in shopping, buy this bundle and save 20%.
Good one.
Number two, you visit places you might not find on your own. Good tour companies have local knowledge. They take you to a restaurant that's been run by the same family for 3 generations, or they get you into a temple before it opens to the public. That insider access is hard to replicate on your own.
Okay, that is actually a really solid point.
Thank you, I know. And number three, it's great for first-time travelers to a totally unfamiliar destination. If you've never been to, say, Morocco or Japan or Egypt, a guided tour gives you context. You understand what you're looking at, the history, the culture.
So it's like having a textbook come to life.
Exactly. Now, the cons. The biggest one is lack of freedom. Your schedule is fixed. If you want to spend 3 more hours at a museum because it's incredible, too bad. The bus is leaving at 2 p.m.
That would drive me absolutely crazy.
I know it would, and sometimes the group dynamic is difficult. You're stuck with 20 strangers, and if one person is always late, or very loud, or just kind of annoying, everyone suffers.
Group dynamic. That's a great phrase. It refers to how the people in a group interact with each other, the overall energy and behavior of the group.
Gold star for Mike. Look at you teaching vocabulary now.
I'm learning from the best.
Okay, so we've covered solo trips and package tours. But you mentioned earlier there are other styles of travel. What else is out there?
Oh, okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. There's backpacking, which is budget travel usually for younger people or adventurous types. You carry everything in a backpack, stay in hostels, take local buses, and stretch your budget as far.
Is that different from solo travel?
You can backpack solo or in a group. It's more about the style and budget than the number of people. Backpackers tend to be very flexible, spontaneous. That means they make decisions on the spot, without a lot of planning in advance.
Spontaneous is such a great word. It means unplanned, happening naturally in the moment. A spontaneous person might book a flight on a Tuesday for a trip that starts on Thursday, which is either exciting or terrifying depending on your personality.
I've done that. It's usually exciting.
Of course you have. What else?
There's also slow travel, which is becoming really popular. Instead of visiting 5 countries in 10 days, you pick one place and stay there for a longer time. A few weeks, maybe a month. You really immerse yourself in the local culture.
Ooh, I love this concept. Immerse yourself means to dive deeply into something, to surround yourself with it completely. Like you don't just visit a country, you immerse yourself in its language, food, routines, lifestyle.
Slow travelers often rent an apartment, go to local markets, learn a few words of the language. They really try to live like a local, not a tourist.
Live like a local, another super common travel expression. It means to experience a place the way its residents do, not the way a typical tourist would.
And then there's workation, which is a combination of work and vacation.
Oh, yes, the workcation. This has exploded since the pandemic, right? People work remotely from a beach in Bali or a cafe in Lisbon.
It sounds glamorous until you're on a Zoom call with sand in your keyboard.
Story of my life. I tried a workcation in Da Nang once and spent half the time stressing about my Wi-Fi connection.
Classic workation experience.
So, remote work, working from a location other than a traditional office, has opened up a whole new category of travel. And glamorous means attractive, exciting, and impressive, often used when something looks amazing on the outside, but might have less glamorous realities in practice.
Okay, can I share a funny solo travel story?
Yes, please.
So I was in northern Vietnam, somewhere in Hà Giang province, very remote, very beautiful. And I was on a motorbike going along this mountain road, no signal on my phone, completely off the beaten path.
Okay, already this sounds terrifying.
So I took a wrong turn, or maybe the right turn, who knows, and ended up at this tiny village, like maybe 20 houses. And these kids came running out and just started staring at me. Just completely fascinated.
Oh no.
And then this elderly woman came out, said something I didn't understand, and basically pulled me into her house and gave me a bowl of rice and some vegetables. Zero common language. But she just fed me.
Oh my gosh, that's actually so beautiful.
That's the kind of thing that just doesn't happen on a tour bus. And I think about that moment a lot. It was just pure human connection.
Okay, that genuinely gave me chills. Pure human connection, meaning a moment of real, authentic bonding between people, with no barriers, no agenda, just kindness.
And that's why I keep going back to solo travel.
Okay, you've almost converted me. Almost. But let me share a package tour win, because they do exist.
Let's hear it.
So I did a group tour in Egypt, Cairo, Luxor, the whole thing, and our tour guide, his name was Ahmed, was absolutely incredible. He had a PhD in Egyptology, that's the study of ancient Egypt, and he just brought everything to life. Standing in front of the pyramids, he explained exactly how they were built, the theories, the mysteries. I would never have gotten that context on my own.
Okay, that sounds genuinely amazing.
It was. And you know what? I'm still friends with two people from that tour group. We bonded over a sandstorm in the desert.
A sandstorm?
A sandstorm! Out of nowhere, everyone was screaming, sand in our eyes, our hair, absolute chaos. But honestly, best travel memory I have, because we all went through it together.
Okay, see, that's the power of shared experience. When something goes wrong with a group, it becomes a story you all tell forever.
Exactly, shared experience, moments you go through together with other people, those create real bonds. Okay, listeners, let's do a super quick recap of the vocabulary we covered today before we wrap up.
Ready? Let's go.
First one, off the beaten path. Mike?
Going somewhere unconventional, away from typical tourist spots. A hidden gem.
Love it. Next, flexibility and rigid itinerary.
Flexibility means being able to change plans easily. A rigid itinerary is the opposite. It's fixed and doesn't leave room for changes.
Spontaneous. Doing things without planning in advance. Immerse yourself, diving deeply into an experience. Live like a local, experiencing a place the way residents do, not tourists.
Group dynamic. How people in a group interact and behave together. And workation. Combining work with a vacation, often by working remotely from a travel destination.
And pure human connection, authentic, genuine bonding between people. My favorite one from today.
Great list.
Okay, so before we close, Mike, if you had to give one piece of advice to someone who's never traveled solo before but is curious about trying it, what would you say?
Start small. You don't have to fly to a different country alone on your first try. Take a weekend trip to a nearby city alone. Figure out what you enjoy about being by yourself in a new place. Let yourself be a little uncomfortable, because that discomfort is where growth happens.
I really love that. Discomfort is where growth happens. That's almost a life lesson, not just a travel tip.
Most good travel lessons are life lessons in disguise.
Okay, that is quotable. And for me, if you're nervous about independent travel, my advice is start with one element. Book your own flight. Just that. You'll feel so proud of yourself, and next time you'll book the hotel too. Baby steps.
Baby steps. Great advice.
All right, listeners, now we want to hear from you. Which kind of traveler are you? Solo adventurer, package tour fan, digital nomad on a workation, or maybe something we didn't even mention?
Drop a comment, send us a message, let us know. We genuinely love hearing your travel stories.
Especially the ones where things went terribly wrong and you survived to tell the tale.
Those are the best ones, honestly.
All right, that's a wrap for today's episode of English with Me. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really appreciate you.
Keep practicing your English, keep exploring the world, and remember, every trip, no matter how small, teaches you something new.
I love that. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
Take care, everyone. Safe travels.